Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Alright, time for another arena run in the new WITCHWOOD set, or Warlock, whatever. And Blood Witch is this really an arena card? It's a 3/6 for 4. At the start of every turn it deals 1 damage to your hero. That is a drawback. Now in Constructed there are a bunch of cards that take advantage of that. Even more in Wild, but in the current set, there are some cards that take advantage of you dealing damage to your hero on your turn. But am I going to get any of those? It just seems like a drawback. I think I'm better off taking the Megasaur. I might get Murlocs, I might not, but it's okay. Cauldron Elemental, this guy is like, if you're going to go serious into the Elementals, man. It's a 7/7 for 8, and he gives all your other Elementals +2 attack if they're on the board. As opposed to Craftguard and Tornwar. You know what? This is probably just going to be a bad 7/7, but we're going to take it because those other two guys are just bads. They're bad, not 7/7s, basically. That's what it comes down to. He fights good. He's interesting. Because you can do crazy stuff with him sometimes, but he requires you to have other things alive, and he's fragile. Or there's a giant wasp, which is just not that expensive and will pretty reliably kill something. I really rather want to take one of these other cards, but I think the giant wasp is actually the correct choice. Oh, here's new stuff. So 3/3 for 4, Battlecry, draw the lowest cost minion from your deck. It's deck thinning. I don't tend to play a lot of cheap minions, although as a Warlock I'll probably have a lot of 2s. So it's going to be like draw a 2-cost minion. Yeah. The 1/3 Lifesteal Rush, that doesn't excite me. Maybe as a Paladin, because then if he survives you can buff him, but otherwise it's kind of pointless. It's going to heal a tiny amount. Or the Imp, which is 1/1 Stealth, and when he dies he gives a single friendly minion +2 health. That's not that impressive. Let's just take the Piper, whatever. None of those were fantastic. Voodoo Doll. 1/1 for 3. When it comes into play, you choose a minion. Death Rattle is destroy that minion. Super good. Drain Soul is also a way to damage minions. It's cheaper and faster, but is nowhere near as powerful. And Fungal Mancer is expensive, and it gives you adjacent minions. So he can give you like 6/6 worth of stats. Some of which can attack right away, but it requires other minions. Now, we'll take the Voodoo Doll. He's in your his attack and health. So he could be a 4/2 lifesteal if that's what you prefer. Or Dumbass Flame Imp, or Dread Infernal, which is pretty solid, but we're going to take this guy. The lifesteal should be good as a Warlock. His stats are perfectly solid. We could get the Violet Worm again. That expensive late game power. Drain Soul does give me more health and kill a small minion. Or finish something off. Violet Teacher is pretty damn good. I don't know how many spells I'm going to have. I'm going to take the Drain Soul. I'm assuming I can get more big, expensive, effective minions later. So 2/1 for 1 activates your Warlock hero power, basically. Siphon Soul, very good. That will just kill something and heal me. I really like Despicable Dreadlord, though. 4/5 for 5 with the 1 damage to all enemy minions at the end of turn. It only hits the enemies. It's like good stuff. Life Drinker is okay as a Warlock. I guess is a little bit better because again, the life gain as a Warlock seems very good. 3/3 for 4 Beast if you care. He deals 3 damage to the enemy hero only, not to minions. But he deals 3 damage and heals you for 3. So that's a 6-point life swing, and you get a 3/3 for 4. It's not bad. Void Ripper, much more interesting. He can do crazy things sometimes by swapping the attack and health of all other minions. And Drain Soul, again, I took one. I don't need like a million of those. Let's take the Void Ripper. He's the most flexible and potentially crazy. Bittertide, not a huge fan. That's like potentially suicidal. Potentially winning 8/8 for 5, but also potentially suicidal. Doing a lot of damage to me every damage. expensive way to deal 3 damage to a minion. You get 3 1/1s. They're not contingent on killing it. So you do 3 damage, you get 3 1/1s. But I think we're going to take the Twisting Nether. It's so expensive that it's actually even hard to justify, but I'm going to take it anyway because that is powerful. Tarlorker, you suck. Duskbat, 2/4 for 3, and right. Alright, the battle cry is if you took damage this turn, summon 2 1/1 bats. So he's only maybe summoned 2 1/1 bats. If you get him, like, play him turn 5 or later, you could draw a card and then play him and get a 2/4 and 2 1/1s. But not that exciting. But another minion and potentially more minions. Has to have taken damage on your turn, so not a lot would do it other than drawing a card. Excuse me, I think we'll just take the Shadow Bolt. Okay, killing resources. Okay, we're going to take the Violet Worm this time. We want to make sure we do have some late game power. This is late game, but it doesn't help me attack. It doesn't help me kill my opponent. Now we've got a couple of big late game minions, but that's fine. So, summon 4 1/1 Imps is just bring in the finishers, but it's a Warlock card. They're devils instead of Murlocs, so that seems... or demons instead of Warlocks. Seems better, but there aren't that many things that buff demons in play, so maybe not as exciting. Just a pair of 2/3 taunts for 4 is very solid. This guy is 5 mana, and it's his health, not me. So he's a 3/12 taunt if my opponent has no cards in hand. If my opponent has 5 cards in hand, he's still a 3/7 taunt for 5. Sometimes he's bigger if they've been burning through their stuff. Do I want that or the 2... Let's take him. He's pretty annoying. Curse of Weakness. Okay, that's interesting too. So this is an Echo spell, right? So once I play it once, I can play it more times. Give all enemy minions -2 attack until your next turn. So this both weakens them so that your minions can hit them and not die, and also weakens them so they can't attack you for worth a damn on the next turn. That's really good. This guy, Death Rattle, recruited minion, but he's very expensive. Recruited demon. He's very expensive, though. I don't care much for him. I'd like to get the Servant of Kalamos. I'd like to get an elemental thing going. I don't have any other ones except for Expensive Boy, but those two would be the good foundation for something, maybe. But I've got to take the Curse of Weakness. I gotta try that out, and it seems like a very powerful swing in a situation. Okay, Bone Drake is a 6/5 for 6 that will... when it dies, it'll give me another random dragon in my hand. So that's super good card advantage. Hard to compete with. We have the 1/6 Lifesteal Taunt Demon. Lifesteal for 1 is not exciting unless you got a way to buff his attack, though. It's just a 1/6 Taunt that heals me for 1. Woo! Or the Volcanosaur, which does get to double adapt, but no, we're just going to take the Bone Drake. Bone Drake is solid. Yeah, okay, that's a hard choice. Walnut Sprite, he's just a 3/3 for 3. It's so lame, but he's either 1, 2, or 3 3/3s for 3. The fact that you have that option of holding on to him and playing him as his own standalone army of crap instead of just one piece of crap is pretty strong. Voidwalker would help me survive the early game a little bit. I don't have a lot of demon buffing. Fireplume Phoenix, though, would be an elemental for him, which he doesn't actually care if there are other elementals. It just happens to be nice if he's out there together. But it also doesn't care if there are other elementals. It can help kill something. Oh, man. I kind of want to take this. I think the Walnut Sprite is more likely to help me win because of its usefulness at different stages of the game. Unwilling Sacrifice. So you destroy one friendly minion of your choice and one enemy minion at random, which could work pretty well with the Voodoo Doll, although I guess it could randomly kill the Voodoo Doll's target, in which case the Voodoo Doll would do nothing. So that would actually kind of suck. Or we could get the Necrotic Geist if you have minions alive that can attack, and your opponent also has minions, and then you play him, attack with them, great things can happen, but... Unwilling Sacrifice... All my minions are kind of expensive so far. I don't have much that I'd want to sacrifice. Let's take Necrotic then, I guess. Okay, there's some of the sacrifice. You guys are all weenies. So, Warn yourself. Give a random friendly minion +2 health when he dies. This is not that impressive. It's really not. It's really not. Take the plated beetle. And a 1/3 rush is not going to kill much. You guys probably need the taunt. I don't have that many small minions to buff. I guess buffing the other stuff could be good, but no, let's just take the Stegodon. I kind of need some good... You're not helping. Doomguard is super strong. Let's just take that. Another Voodoo Doll would be still potentially pretty good. Shard is about as good as you're going to get for a 1-cost minion. Or the Knife Juggler is solid. I don't have that many minions. I'm going to take another Voodoo Doll. I might regret it because they're a slow way of killing things. Do I want another Curse of Weakness? How many demons do I have for the Demon Fire? I've passed up a lot of demons, I feel like. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I passed on a lot of demons. So I don't have that many. It would mostly just be do 2 damage to an enemy, which is still okay. Curse of Weakness doesn't actually kill the enemy things unless I have minions to fight them with. I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to take another one of these. It seems so strong, but I need more minions. So you're either a 2/6 rush or a 6/2 rush. The turn it comes into play. It can only attack minions right away, but that's still pretty good. This guy, I'm not going to reliably have out other minions. I don't have enough minions in here, I don't feel like. Green Soul. Okay, let's take the Swift Messenger. It's flexible. I'm not getting things in the right price range. So this guy's a 3/3 for 4, but if he's the only minion when you play him, the only minion, period, like neither side has a minion, then he's a 6/6 for 4. That's not that... As much as that happens often enough, like, I can't say that's bad, but I don't want to count on that, especially in the arena. Now, he is just 2/1 for 1 and use my hero power. Effectively. Except it doesn't actually use my hero power, so I could do this, and I could also use my hero power in the same turn to draw 2 cards and take 4 damage. Like, they're good, but we're going to take the Bone Mare. Even though his cost is increased, he's still pretty strong. He just needs there to be one other minion to play this. Siphon Soul, my deck's too expensive. The Siphon Soul is great, but really Vulgar Homunculus is what we want. Even though he's hurting us, he's a strong 2-cost. I don't think I have enough spells for you. You guys both suck. If you're an elemental, we'll take you. Whatever. Okay, so Fairy Dragon would help to balance out my deck, because otherwise my deck starts at 3 mana. Like, hard starts at 3, like has before 3 mana. These you could play early, but early in the game is not going to save you enough damage to be worth playing. You really want to have minions out to take advantage of it. These 2 guys are more late game power. Let's take the Bone Break anyway. It's not as crazy expensive, and it generates another card instead of a bunch of 1/1s. Everything's so expensive. My deck is gonna, like, am I gonna be able to survive long enough to play all these things? I'm not taking another Bone Mare. It's too much because they require a thing out. But taking a Siphon Soul at this point might be worth it. Fine. I don't know, though. Choose a friendly minion and give it to your opponent. That's... I don't have any... Like, there's limited uses for that, even in Constructed. I don't see using that a lot, but here it would hurt me. The Howl Fiend is a 3/6 for 3, which would be great, but whenever he takes damage, discard a random card. That's terrible. That'll screw me. I guess we're taking the Brewmaster, because the rest of the row sucks. And our final card... I could have had 3 Night Prowlers, but I can't clear the board that reliably. Another Siphon Soul. I guess we're taking Primordial Drake, and hoping we can just live really long, even though we're a Warlock deck, and we're not going to be able to heal that much. This is going to go terribly. I just have no early game. Like, I feel like the Witchwood set is designed to slow down the game compared to some of the earlier sets that were, like, ramping up the craziness of early game stuff. There's a lot more defensive stuff, I feel like. Things that reward, like, having slightly... I don't feel... I'm sure this deck doesn't have enough of that sort of defensive stuff.
Gul'dan versus Illyria.
Tremble for the light.
Okay, one of these cards is way too expensive. One of these cards... I don't know about the early game Voodoo Doll either, but since my deck is also expensive, only so many options available. Oh man. I do not have a lot of faith in this deck. And against a Hunter, oh, I'm going to get shredded. I have limited amounts of life gain. I'm going to do a whole bunch of damage to myself to draw cards to try and get the few things that I can play. And he is great defense, but he cost me 2 health anyway, so... Really? You want to hand with those? Okay. Alright. This is a really weird choice. But it was probably in a row full of equally bad stuff. It could have been a row with 2 bad commons. They're way too expensive. I'm going to take the one that I can ever actually play. I guess a 3-4 for 3. Even if his battle cry isn't used, he's pretty solid. This is my cheapest minion, so this guy will give me a 3-cost minion. That's kind of nice. If he hits the 1-1, he's going to die. Not much I can do about that. This is like a waste.
I wonder.
If I played this, no echo, but he could kill the 1-1 right now. Or actually, like, it would attack and not deal any damage. He'd still get to bounce him. But if I did that, I could hit this guy and only take 1 damage. And then on her turn, it would also not be able to attack well. I don't think there's any. I don't think it's worth it. I think we're just gonna kill that. Did we waste a Voodoo Doll or draw a card? Let's be more patient. We'll just draw a card. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think this deck is very good though. I got pretty good late game stuff overall, but I don't think I'm gonna live long enough to. Like, I'm going to live long enough to play some Bone Breaks and stuff, but I'm going to lose a lot of health to get there, so I'm never going to, be able to establish myself. I feel like I could use him earlier. Okay, so this is just a 3-3 that will draw me a thing. This guy does have some lifesteal. Right now he's a 4-2, not ideal. Let's just play this. This is sufficient. It'll draw me a card. I forgot I had the Wax Elemental. Okay, well, he gave me a Wax Elemental. Hooray. He's going to give me that Wax Elemental a lot. That's not good. Curse of Weakness twice. They can't hit me for any damage, but I would also be accomplishing, like, nothing. We're going to Voodoo Doll that. I have a lot of big, kill stuff cards, so I'm not too worried about that for now. I am worried about the amount of damage I'm going to take, though. If I do this, I'm at 22, you can hit me for 6, and then I'm at, half health. Whereas if I play this, it's going to eat 2 damage instead, and I'm going to be at 20. This is not worth caring about, though. I better just draw that stupid card. I don't know. Interestingly, the Voodoo Doll, copying his Death Rattle doesn't really help. Just gonna recruit another dude. Could be bad. Which one is that? Oh, 2-5 stealth and it flips to 5-2 stealth. So it's just gonna be a 2-5 stealth right now. Could retarget the Voodoo Doll, but I really need the Voodoo Doll to actually just kill its thing. So how much dying am I gonna do? Mostly a lot. If I played this for 4 mana, if I played it twice, none of those guys would be doing any damage to me. I'd want to trade this first. Actually, I only need to cast it once. And then I can do whatever else. Okay, we hit one of the other ones. Kill that. If I voodoo, yeah, if I curse of weakness once, those guys are not going to hit me for any significant damage. And then I can just play, like, Giant Wasp Wax Elemental, or do I just play... Oh, I don't know. Let's do this anyway. Let's play this guy. Waxy. He might... Because I nerfed all their attack for one turn, she might have to use a card or another rush minion to actually kill him, or else he'll be able to... Well, he should be able to kill me. If she doesn't blow him up, he'll be able to heal me 4 anyway, so she'll probably blow him up, because him healing me 4 would be too useful.
The beast is near.
5-2 stealth. Okay, that's kind of scary. I don't have any, like, area stuff. Oh, that is gonna... See, that secret is probably gonna be, like, an explosive trap, which means I need to actually... I can't take the risk. I need the health so badly, I have to waste him just to make sure I get the health. So that's poor.
I won.
I mean, if there was anything he could hit and survive, then I would be able to, like, bounce him, but, yeah, I cannot take that risk. Alright, let's... I could drop 2 walnuts. I have no Murlocs, so this guy is just a 5-4, that's fine. Him we can save for some kind of advantage. I can play him and the Wasp. That's probably the smartest. I'm going to take a beating. The Wasp is also vulnerable to Explosive Trap. I'm not worried about attacking my opponent right now. I'm worried about surviving. Eventually I'm going to have to attack my opponent, but... Now what? Oh, that sucks. Boy, do I wish I had any area damage things in this deck at all, but I never even saw one other than Primordial Drake. Which I was literally... That sentence did not change. That's what I was saying. So, cool. Alright, do I care about a 2-5? Not really. I'm going to trigger that Explosive Trap. Because he's going to die anyway from this. I could have poisoned that guy, but I wanted to get rid of that stuff. Hunter's Mark, that blows. Let the record show that blow. Hey, that also sucks. Now I could blow him up, get a little bit of health, and decent things. I could also just play 3 of these guys. Oh, I'm so low. I am going to get crushed if I leave that all around. I'm not going to be able to Siphon Soul next turn. Oh, man.
So many possibilities.
I don't want to play 1 Walnut now, though. That's so poor, considering. But I don't have enough mana to Siphon Soul him and then rush the Swift Messenger out and kill one of the Hyenas, which is what I really need to do. If I Siphon, I'm doing nothing or wasting a Walnut. But if you could hit me for 8 out of my 13 hit points right now if I don't kill that. Crap. I've got a lot of big stuff in my hand. I'm going to have to just... I hate wasting the potential of that Echo, but I really need to stabilize this board. My board is running low on cards. I don't have that much, like, healing left. I've pretty much used it all. 6-2 mode is not going to be as useful, I don't think.
Fruit is my shield.
Could prove me wrong. There's too much stuff. I'm going to get my ass kicked. I can't kill anything with this guy now either. Although by leaving him alive, you did create the potential for Bone Mare. Okay, here's the thing. If I take 2 damage, that's like 1 less turn I have to live, because I'm going to get shot every turn from now on. Is it worth trading a turn for that extra card? I still have cards to play. I just don't think it's worth it. Damn it. It's not like my 7/7 is going to stand up, though. Oh, multi-shot. That's terrible. I needed that not to happen. Okay. Well, I could make them do way more damage. Drain Soul. There are times when that would have been really useful. This is not one of those times. This plus Drain Soul would still not do enough. I mean, I'm going to have to Drain Soul anyway just to desperately try and live. I guess I could flip that guy and then Swift Messenger Drain Soul it and take slightly less damage. But ow. And then he would be a 3-1, which would be worse, actually. So, no, I can't do that. That's terrible. Oh, man.
So many possibilities.
I think we're going to play him so he doesn't bounce something. Man. That is messing me up. I cannot make this work out. I'm pretty much just screwed.
I'll put it on your tab.
Neither snow nor rain nor...
Guess we'll do that. It's not really helpful, but probably shouldn't even have done that. But I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to die anyway. If she just shoots me every turn, that's probably enough to win. She doesn't even have to completely neutralize all my minions. She just has to something resembling killing all my minions. You gotta draw more cards. That's great. That's what I need. Your method of drawing cards doesn't cost you, like, 20% of your health.
Get behind me.
More taunt. Hooray. Nope. Way too little too late. I have, like, no taunt or anything. I guess I could draw a card. I would still be alive. But yeah. I drew the Doom card. Okay, let's see. I get shot anyway. It doesn't matter. But let's see. The thing to do is if I do this, then the panda can actually survive killing something.
So many possibilities. Reality breach. Another round.
I discard 2 super powerful cards. Not that it matters. Yep. I don't think this deck is good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to break even. But maybe the matchmaking will be really generous to us next time. If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonet Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.